What's up, everybody? I am here at Chicagoland in test session mode, trying to bring you guys a preset or slider, as some people call it, setup. This is a slider of 7. I number them 1 through 9, 1 being the tightest, 9 being the loosest. This is a 7, so it's pretty high up there on the loose scale, and I'm surprised that I ran a setup this loose in a cup car. I never hardly have a setup that is that far up on the scale for cup cars, but it seemed to work. I did try this. Well, I should tell you what kind of lap times I've ran. With fresh tires, I have been able to run a 30.5 with this setup. Fresh tires, full tank of fuel, all that stuff. I expected it to get loose at the end. I really did. But it never did. And I ran it in a public lobby. Never really got loose on me there either. Got a little bit loose, but nothing undrivable. But in the public lobby, I did not have a lot of cars around me. So if you're in the draft or got cars taking the nose off of you, you might get a little bit loose. There's my 30.5. That's what I was hoping to get on video. If you find that it's too loose for you, I would say use the same adjustments but run a 6 instead of a 7 preset, or just go up 2 or 3 clicks on the wedge. I really did expect it to get much looser at the end, so that was kind of a pleasant surprise. Yeah, I blew that lap. That wasn't going to be a good one. But I've got a 30.5 on video. So let's kind of take a lap around here and talk about how you get around Chicagoland. I'll get here on the back stretch and talk about how we get into turn 3 and 4. And then I will pull down pit road and show you guys the adjustments that I am making. Chicagoland, let's see. Whatever this is, gate, I guess it is, and this traffic light, that's where I turn the wheel. So that's where I am coming off the wall. Now, as far as finding a mark for letting off the gas, you kind of, once you know where it's at, you can deal with it, but it's hard to really see. But up here, there is a white line painted across the track, okay? That's the white line that comes across the track. I lift before I get there, but I almost look at it like when I'm crossing this line, I want to be off the gas. It's like that's my mark for saying I'm going to float or coast across that line. So I lift just a little bit before it. I get back in the gas a little bit after it, but that's my mark for where I am lifting and getting, or not lifting, but that's my mark where I say I'm coasting across that line. There's not a specific mark that I lift at. I just know where that line's at and make sure that I am off the gas, then back on it, kind of just coasting across that line. Then I try to run down here near the bottom, along the corner, or through the corner here. When I get out on exit, I tend to let it drift up a little bit, and I am drifting up, and there is whatever this is, this webbing, this V in the webbing, that's kind of my mark for saying this is as high as I want to get. When I'm at this webbing, that is the high point of my arc coming out of the corner, and once I hit this V in the webbing, I want to start arcing it down back towards the apron, and then hit the apron going down the front straightaway. Coming into turn 1, it's a similar concept to 3, as in I want to lift as I'm going over something. There is like a patch in the concrete, and it's right here, and you can see it. There's a line going across here, and I'm just entering the patch, and then there's the edge of it. Okay, I am trying to look at this as that is the point where I am trying to basically lift and go across that with either out of the gas or almost completely out of the gas. So as you're coming up here, you come up, and as you see this, you kind of lift and then back on the throttle. You kind of got to turn the wheel a little bit hard, I think, to get the thing down to the bottom, and you're going to get a feel real quick for after just a few laps for how hard you have to turn it and what you have to do to keep it from getting tight on exit, because especially with new tires, it wants to get tight on exit and come up here, so it makes it to avoid the tight on exit, you really have to nail the entry. So that's why I look at that entry point as saying I lift going across that stuff. That allows you to get to the bottom easily. You don't have to turn the wheel too hard on exit. It's all about nailing the entry, and then the exit becomes very easy. Like I said, I've ran 30.5s with new tires with this. What else to say? I got to get into pit road so you guys can see the adjustments. But it seems like as the tires wear, I have to back the corners up more and more. So it seems like I am still using the same concept of coasting across that white line in 3 and 4 and that patch in 1 and 2, but I'm lifting just a hair earlier as the tires wear. The other thing, as the tires wear and it loosens up, I'm not drifting out quite as high towards that webbing as I am coming out of 4. So that's kind of how it changes. When I was in test session, by the time I was at the end of a run, I had gone from a 30.5 to a 31.3, which is an 0.8 fall off, and I think that's about pretty typical of what you see with tire wear and everything. But here we are, we're about to hit it, and you're going to be able to see everything. I went up on the tape, just one click. I think I went up on the wedge. I think it's a 49.3. The big adjustments are the tires. I went up 8 pounds here. I went up 6 pounds here. I went up 2 pounds here and 2.5 pounds here. Going up on those tires, especially those right sides, really improves your speed. I went from going like 184 or 85 when I would cross the start-finish line to 187. Up on that stuff just lets you carry so much more speed, it seems like, and that literally brought me down, I think 2/10, or really more than 2/10, at least 2.5 tenths from what I had with the default setting. So that's Chicagoland. Let's go to the garage so you can see that this is a 7. And there it is. I'm going to hit it. I'm on 7. That would be 8. That would be 9. So I'm on a 7. Hope you guys like this. Give me some feedback on it when you try it out. Let me know what it's like in the draft and around other cars. And if you need to go up on the wedge, or you need to run a 6 when if you think you're going to be in traffic. But like I said, it didn't get nearly as loose as I expected it to get. But I was not around cars when I raced online. I will wrap this up by telling you guys thank you guys so much for the support. I think these preset setups are being well received. I'm enjoying making them. Let me know what other tracks you want to see, and I will try to get setups for you. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope this works well for you and turn some fast laps, and have a great evening.